دونك نورمالمون يبان ليكرون تاعي. دونك يابا هي يونغ Algerian Physicist Assembly. دونك مبادرة انطلقت عندها حوالي 7 أشهر. دونك اللي ديماروها سي دي ستوديون تاع بي اتش دي ستودنت في مختلف مجالات الفيزياء. دونك هذه المبادرة تجمع هذا الشباب الجزائري اللي يدرس ولا يعمل في مختلف مجالات الفيزياء كما قلت، سواء كانوا الطلبة داخل ولا خارج الوطن، ولا مام يدرسوا ليسونس ماستر دكتوراه، ولا مام كاين اللي تخرجوا غير كيما متخرجين جدد. دونك الباب مفتوح للجميع، اي واحد يقدر يفيد الاخرين ولا يستفاد ولا. دونك مرحبا به. الهدف توجور وانا نتبادلوا الخبرات والمهارات والتجارب بيناتنا. فوالا دونك حاليا عندنا عدة فعاليات ولا ايفنتس رانا نديروهم. دونك نبدا بالاولانيه اللي هي فيزيو فيزيكس ايفنت. دونك راح تكون ان شاء الله لو 13 اوت. دونك على 9 ايام هكاك تقريبا. دونك registrations were open yesterday. في نهار واحد لحقونا قريب 80 registrations. دونك راح تكون mainly for students bachelor and مام اللي راهم في الليسي. دونك ليدي تاع هاد الايفنت انه نكسبليكيو ان فينومين فيزيك، نخرجوا ليكواسيون ديالو، نشرحوا الفينومين. ثم بيسك بارفوا سي ديفيسيل بور لي زيتيديون مام تاني اللي قريو في الليسي ولا انهم يشرحوا هذا الفينومين ويفيزواليزيوه. دونك راح نوتيليزيو ان اوتي انفورماتيك اللي هو ديسموس باش نفيزواليزيو هاد لي فينومين. وتاني راح نديرو تاني فورماسيون في الاوفرليف تاني باش نتعلمو كيفاش نكتبو دي بتي رابور على واش خدمنا وكلش. دونك فوالا. دونك هذه الايفنت اللي راح تكون ان شاء الله تبدا ان شاء الله لو 13 اوت ان شاء الله. لي زانسكريبسيون بداو. دونك اللي يعرف واحد انتريسي يبارطاجيها معاه. دونك نيكست اكتيفيتي اللي غنديروها اللي هي يابا بودكاست. دونك لحد الان عندنا 4 لي بودكاست مع لي زيتيديون، دونك مين لي بي اتش دي ستودنتس. فهاد البودكاست هي عباره عن قصرات. دونك تقريبا هما حوالي ساعه وربع، وين نحكيو على الباركور تاع ليتيديون، الدومين ديالو اللي قراه، واش دار باش الحق وين راهو دوكا، سواء راهو بي اتش دي ولا نصائح اللي مدهم لي زيتيديون اللي راهم جايين. دونك هاد لاكتيفيتي راهي mainly for students. يعني لاكتيفيتي اللي موراها اللي هي اللي بدينا بها اللي هما يابا تولكس. دونك درنا بلوزيور تولك وين بي اتش دي ستودنتس يحكوا لنا على البروجي دو ريشيرش تاعهم اللي راهم يخدموا فيه. دونك كانوا عندنا بزاف لي بروجي. لو ديرني اللي هو كان نصر الدين بالعلوي اللي هو ان ممبر في الجروب تاع بروفيسور طه روابح، واللي كان حول الكوانتم كومبيوتنج. دونك كان شورت اوفر فيو. دونك اليوم راح نبداو شكل جديد من توك سميناهم توك وذ فيزيسيست. دونك وين يكون في هذه السلسله دي فيزيسيان دي بروف يعرفونا بالمجالات تاع البحث تاعهم ونستفادوا من الخبرات تاعهم وما نستلهم منهم. دونك اول توك راح يكون مع بروفيسور طه روابح. دونك he got his PhD degree in quantum optics from University Côte d'Azur in Nice, France. And now he's an associate professor in University of Constantine one. So he's also the leader of Constantine Quantum Technologies Research Group. So welcome, Professor Taha, for accepting our invitation, and you can start.
Okay, thank you very much, Usama. I will try to share my screen first. Let me know if you see it.
Yes.
Is this visible for you?
Yeah.
Slides changing.
Yes.
Okay, great. So, thank you very much, Usama. So my name is Mohammed Taha Rouabah. I'm associate professor at University of Constantine 1 and principal investigator at Constantine Quantum Technologies. And I'm very happy to be here with you guys, with the YAPA group, and with taking part to the YAPA initiative. And to start, I would like to thank Usama for inviting me, and also thank him and all the YAPA team for the initiative and all the very interesting activities they are pursuing and they are proposing. I know this is very studious work. It's very time consuming and energy consuming. So thank you very much for this very honorable and valuable initiative for the whole physics ecosystem in Algeria, but also for the young physicist network and community. And it's very important to network between young people, because generally the problems comes from the young people, and the solutions also comes from the young people. So even if you ask someone who is supervising many PhD student and who is a big leader in a very famous or big research group about some details in some paper, he will always refer you to the young PhD who is working on that project. So knowing that PhD students will gain you a lot of time and a lot of energy, and generally those PhD students and those young physicists, those young people are always the solution for the biggest problem that you will face. Either in your PhD thesis or also later. So thanks again, Usama, and thank you also to the whole team working behind the scene to make all those activities available for you, the young people. So in this presentation, I will tell you about a little bit about my very modest experience as physicist, and also about some of Constantine Quantum Technologies activities and achievement. So I will not go into details nor into basics of quantum or quantum computing or quantum technologies, because this is not the scope of this talk, as I understood from Usama. But yeah, I will go through the slides. I will try to go very quickly in order to give maximum room for the question and answers. So I will not go into details of too much concept and too much point, but yeah, we can discuss and we can elaborate on any of them after the presentation if needed. So as for my background, I've got a master in theoretical physics from University of Constantine 1. My dissertation for the master was on quantum cryptography. I defended it in 2010, and that was my more or less starting point in of my quantum journey. After that, I have pursued my PhD on quantum also. So I've got PhD in physics from University of Nice, Côte d'Azur in France, and also PhD in theoretical physics from University of Constantine 1. So those two PhDs, though separated administratively speaking, but they have been pursued jointly on quantum entanglement. So the main part of my PhD thesis at Constantine was mainly on quantum entanglement and coherent state, while at Nice I've been working with a very strong experimental group led by Robin Kaiser, who is former student of Quantanucci and Alan Aspect, the Physics Nobel Prize. So my work there was on quantum optics and cooperative effects related to cold atoms experiment. It was very interesting and very rich experiment there. I have defended my PhD on April 2015, and I have chosen to defend it here in Algeria. After that, straight after my PhD, I came back to the country, and I have applied for a job as assistant professor at University of Constantine. I've got hired there in October 2015, and yeah, started my professional experience at the same university where I got my master, my bachelor and master degree, and that was a big honor for me. So the first years was full of teaching. So yeah, as assistant professor, we are expected to teach a lot, but yeah, it's not easy to make that jump from PhD student to fully to full responsibilities on some courses. I've got responsibilities on some courses, even some that I've not got as a student on the so I was teaching on the master and also bachelor level, and yeah, it was very time consuming and very difficult to prepare courses on that level from scratch and as beginner for as full teacher. So yeah, it was it took me a lot of time and a lot of energy to arrive to the steady state of my courses right now, but it was very enriching also experiment. And during those years, in addition to teaching, I have tried to establish some research environment and enhance the research environment within the lab that welcomed me for my master and also for my PhD thesis, at least the part that I've done in Algeria, which is Laboratoire de Physique Mathématique et Subatomique, which is one of the biggest laboratories in physics in the country. So I have started the initiative with organizing weekly seminars where people from the lab, either PhD students or senior people or permanent researcher were invited to give talks about their activities and their research. And the aim was to get people together and also to allow to establish some research environment and to establish some collaboration between the people working in the same laboratory. I was also trying to organize PhD students get together where PhD students from the lab try to meet and talk about their progress also in their PhDs, but it was not only on the scientific part, but also trying to push those PhD students to talk about their experience as person during their PhDs, the challenges that they are encountering, some administrative problems that they have encountered or are encountering, their relation with their supervisor. It's not always easy, and also I try to invite some senior people and also permanent researchers to give advice to those PhD students and try to find solutions to some of their problems. So that put some nice environment within the lab, and yeah, I've been in charge of that for almost 2 years, and yeah, we successfully organized more than 20 or 24 meetings within the lab. Then I have been yeah, thinking about taking another step, another initiative, which is starting my own group, and this was my principal objective going back home. So the objective was to try to establish a real research work, real research group with a real research strategy and a real research environment as it is elsewhere and as it is for successful research team. So the first step was by the creation of the quantum optics and quantum information team within the LPMS, and I've done that in collaboration with Professor Ben Salama, Ashur Ben Salama, who is one of the most respected professors and the most successful professors in quantum and in physics in general in our lab and in our department. And the main focus of that team as first objective was to work on topological quantum computing. And we have got some PhD students, 3 PhD students, and a couple of very successful master students. We have been able to make some progress, some variable progress on that very complicated field that I will elaborate a little bit later with Professor Ben Salama. During those also first years of my experience as assistant professor and then associate professor, I've been involved in the organization of the 10th International Conference on High Energy and Astroparticle Physics that holds in Constantine. I'm putting this here because it was a rather big amount and big piece of work. It took months and months, more or less 1 year, to put all this together, and it was very enriching experience. I've been involved in many conferences during my PhD and even after my PhD, but that one I was more or less among the hidden committee, and it was a very enriching experience also, and gave me better insight into how things evolve and how things are organized and how things really happen in our country, in our also scientific atmosphere. Also, I've been involved in the proposition for the creation of research units, even a research center for theoretical physics at Constantine in collaboration with the ICTP, initiative that have not that got her success, but that have not been committed to the end for some reason that I ignore. I also have been assigned as person in charge of theoretical physics master program at the physics department of our university since 2021, and I'm also involved in several committees at the University of Constantine. And then came a new chapter, a new phase in my career as a scientist and as a researcher, which is the RISE grant. So I've been granted an RISE fellowship in June 2022. RISE stands for the African Research Initiative for Scientific Excellence. It's a rather prestigious one, very fancy one, a grant given by and allowed by the European Union in collaboration with the African Union, and it's implemented by the African Academy of Science. So to get that grant, we have been required to go through multiple layers and steps of for submission and the review process imposed by the European Union, and at the end the fellowship was 44. So fellowship was awarded to distinguished African young researchers, all working in Africa within African academic institution. And there is the aim of the RISE grant is to stress on helping young researchers from African institution and working established in Africa in order to create their own teams, their own projects with capacity buildings, funds for capacity buildings, funds for materials research, etc., etc. And the aim of my own proposal was to establish serious research activity and serious research group on quantum science, and the dream of the proposal was to establish the first of its kind code atoms experiment in Algeria and even in Africa. So نقطة الاستفهام هذيك اللي بين قوسين we can discuss it later. And yeah, this RISE grant gave rise to the Constantine Quantum Technologies Group, which is based mainly on the quantum optics and quantum information group initiated previously, with much more ambitious perspectives and much more serious objectives on near term, mid-term, but also on long term. So it's a completely different story when you get such big and such fancy and respected grant. So yeah, the aim is to take our research activity one step further and open our horizon and our perspectives for more bold, more ambitious objectives and more ambitious perspectives. Why quantum, and why our proposal on quantum technologies and quantum science and quantum computing and quantum simulation got that attention from the grant committee is because the wide range of application of quantum technologies, going from optimization, where quantum technologies are expected to give serious impact on logistics, scheduling, transportation, etc., but also on quantum chemistry and material science, where quantum technologies are expected to bring more accuracy and also have big impact on drug discovery, on medicine, on superconducting materials, on spintronics, but also on environment, where quantum technologies are also promising technology to provide some new carbon capture catalyzers, but also to provide also computing capacities which are less energy consuming. And with that large aspect and large spectrum of application, quantum technologies are very promising, with very promising impact on different fields in science, engineering, and technology. The main idea behind quantum, and I think you all got that from the talk given by Nasser last week. So the main idea is the capacity to store and process information in very small, microscopic, and then quantum systems, and that gave rise to the qubit, which can be implemented in atom or in a circuit of superconductor, in spin of an electron, in photon, but also in ensembles of anions. And that quantum bit, that qubit, will take advantage of its quantum properties to give rise to the quantum properties, which are mainly superposition and entanglement, to give rise to a wide of technologies allowing to not only enhance computing capacities and computing speed, but also to secure information transfer, to secure communication, to enhance the accuracy of sensing, to enhance the accuracy of simulation of complicated systems, either in chemistry or in material science, etc., etc. So I'm not going to go deep into this, but we can discuss any point you think relevant after the presentation. In Constantine Quantum Technologies, we are interested in many of those quantum technologies, mainly quantum computing, quantum programming, quantum algorithms, with the aim to have impact on quantum simulation, and also we are very interested in quantum machine learning. So in the coming slides, I'm going to go through some details and some activities and achievements of CQTech within those technologies or different technologies. And again, الفكرة الشائعة في الكوانتم is that it is more on quantum computing, but yeah, quantum is not only computing. Yeah, it's expected to enhance computing capacities and computing speed, but also it's also expected to have many impacts on quantum communication, quantum sensing, and quantum cryptography that I'm not listing here, and that we are not yet working on at Constantine Quantum Technologies because of the background of our team and also the human resources within the team right now. Yeah, let's go for quantum at CQTech. For quantum computing, we are working on topological quantum computing, which is one of the many approach for quantum computing. So quantum computing is mainly using quantum advantage to enhance computing speed, computing capacity, but also computing accuracy, as I said. And there is many different approach for that. So there is some companies who are using superconducting circuits as their qubits. As an example, you can take IBM, you can take Google, and many other companies, very known companies in quantum computing ecosystem. There is other companies who are working with, who are using atoms, neutral atoms, as their main object in which, or main quantum system in which they implement their information. And there is also other companies who are, few of them are adopting the topological approach, as Microsoft, but also recently Google and Quantinuum. And the main point in topological quantum computing is to avoid the coherence problem encountered or faced by the classical qubits, where the qubits are very vulnerable to noise. And rather than trying to protect the qubit from noise, the topological approach try to create a whole computing process which is natively robust to noise, and that's done by implementing the information in the property, not in the properties of the system, but in global property of the system, as for example the topology of the system, rather than the topology of rather than the property of the qubit in itself. So in encoding the information into a global into a global property of the system as topology will allow us to avoid the system being very vulnerable to noise, and this is done by employing a number of qubits which are composed of groups of onions. So the information is not encoded into the onions in itself, but simply speaking into the way those onions are moving around each other. So even if the onion itself is altered in way or another, the information is not affected as soon as the topology of the system is not affected. And the main challenge toward the development of this kind of technology is the difficulty and the challenging experimental way to get those onions, who are the basic blocks of topological quantum computing. So it's a rather very complicated approach, but also very promising approach, and this is why we are working on that at Constantine Quantum Technologies. So it's very challenging both on the experimental part, but also on the theoretical part, and we have been working on that at CQ Tech since 2018. We have got 2 papers so far with 10 citations, but also we have got first prize in Hackathon Challenge proposed by QWORD in August 2023, where we have proposed topological quantum computing course notebook for quantum education. This notebook have been prepared for challenge proposed by QWORD. As I said, QWORD is an international network for quantum, with whom we are now, after the success of that notebook, we are now collaborating with QWORD for the preparation of courses on topological quantum computing. We have been successfully collaborating with them for the implementation of an online course between November and January, between last November and January, and yeah, we are also collaborating with them for a whole semester course on quantum error correction and topological quantum computing. So yeah, the course was expected to be delivered by the fall 2023, but for now it has been replaced by Q class from QWORD, where there is many different quantum activities with topological quantum computing as a self-study part, and I encourage all people who are interested in getting started with quantum computing to get into this Q class. There is a lot of very interesting courses, lectures, but on 9 months long, from September to May, and this is a very good and very light approach and introduction to quantum for people who are interested in getting the first steps, but also getting into the basics. Okay. In addition to quantum computing, we are also interested in quantum algorithms within CQ Techs. Oh, sorry, I've got one. Okay, so let me talk about quantum programming first. Yeah, as I said, in addition to quantum computing, we have a lot of activities on quantum programming. We have prepared a package on quantum random number generation, which is very important quantum technology tool with many different applications. And this package have got the first prize in hackathon challenge proposed by Orca Computing, which is a UK-based company in last August 2022, and that was an original work that we are still working on to enhance and to propose as a whole package for quantum random number generation. We have also released the initial version of TQSIM, which is an open source Python package for simulating topological quantum computing. We have been within the organizing and judging committee at QHack, which is QBraid's hackathon, happened in October 2022. QBraid is a US-based startup and quantum programming platform. We have also got 2 prizes very recently in last July from at Unitary Hack. Unitary Hack is also a very famous hackathon, yearly hackathon organized by Unitary Fund, and our activity there consisted in solving 2 coding problems on QBraid quantum programming platform. We are also working on benchmarking and optimization of quantum circuit. This is an ongoing work, so I'm not going to go into lots of details of that. And yeah, as benchmark of our own quantum programming level, we have got more than 12 quantum programming certificates during last year within CQTech, and we are expecting maybe between 5 and 10 more certificates after this summer. We are also working on quantum algorithms. We have been working on this since a year now, and our main activity on quantum algorithms consists on preparing quantum hybrid algorithms, variational algorithms. We have got the 3rd prize in the quantum chemistry challenge of QHack 2023. QHack is also very famous and very challenging hackathon organized by Xanadu, the well-known and famous leading Canadian quantum computing company. The hackathon included more than 1,000 of participants from over 100 countries, and we have got this 3rd prize within the quantum chemistry challenge thanks to the design and implementation of on an IBM quantum computers of a variational hybrid algorithm for the calculation of the small molecule BH2 ground state energy. That was also very exciting experience with very interesting work resulting from that. As quantum algorithm activity, also we have participated to IBM Open Science Challenge 2022 that have took place till last April, and this is also among the very famous hackathon and the very competitive hackathon on quantum. Our participation there was about design of a variational hybrid algorithm for the calculation of ground state energy of spin system on Kagome lattice, and this is promising system for the study of many properties in material science, especially on superconducting materials. And this is also something that we are very proud of. And this is also an algorithm that we are continuing to develop in order to get something original to publish as soon as possible, inshallah. Also on variational quantum algorithms, we are trying to simulate cosmological effect using variational quantum algorithm, and this is one of the most exciting activities within CQTech, as it shows the huge capacities and the huge potential of quantum, even in simulating the very big cosmological systems and cosmological effects using on very small quantum computing chips. So this is something that I'm personally very excited of, and also very proud to get into CQTech. In addition to quantum computing, quantum programming, algorithm, and also simulation, and also other algorithms. So the dream is to conduct quantum simulation with cold atoms. And yeah, this is a dream that is getting far from us for some reasons that we can discuss later. But yeah, the dream was to try to implement quantum simulation using cold atomic system. So people who are working on laser systems or atomic physics can get some information from those pictures. So the main idea is to try to simulate complicated quantum system with other less complicated and more tunable and more controllable quantum systems. And some of the most controllable and the very good controlled quantum system right now are cold atoms, where the atoms are cooled and very well controlled using lasers, as shown on the pictures here. And the idea is to mimic and to simulate the Hamiltonian of very complicated quantum systems using those cold atoms systems in order to be able to understand them more, but also to simulate them in more accurate way. We can go deeper into this if needed a little bit later. But the problem with this is that it needs a very high level of expertise, of human expertise, but also very sensitive, very advanced, very technological, but also very expensive material to implement. So it's a very huge investment and needs very, very serious commitment, not only from the researchers, not only from the team, but also from the whole environment around. We are also working on optimization, where we intend to apply quantum machine learning. This is a work in progress. We have been starting very recently, and we are already getting some interesting progress and interesting results. And this is also something that we are giving, to which we are giving a lot of importance. And we expect to have some impact also on this. It's very starting work, it's ongoing work also that can't go into a lot of details of that, for instance. So this is the main activities in CQTech, and in addition to that, we have been through a lot of experiences and we have proposed a lot of activities in quantum. We have been co-organizing the Qiskit Fast in Algiers with in collaboration with the student from easy. We have given one plenary talk, 2 workshops, and organized 2 challenges with the designation of winners, etc. It was very huge experience for us, testing also our capacities on quantum education, which is a whole different activity. Also, we have invited also Matthias Royer, which is the vice president of Microsoft, and Francisco Petricioni, which is the leader and pioneer in quantum machine learning in South Africa and around the world, also to participate in the School of AI organized by students from EASY in December 2022. We have also been organizing CQ training for theoretical physics student at University of Constantine, and also Git workshop for CQTech collaborator. We have got 2 talks within Quantum Science Days 2023, and intensive effort are now deployed from us to get impactful participation of the African Quantum Consortium with leading researcher from Africa, working in Africa and abroad. So all those stuffs have been the big work done by CQTech within the last year. We have also participated in the Womanium International Summit Quantum Program preparation. So we have been within the proposition of format proposition, several coordination meeting, and also the advertisement among Algerian and African community. And we have been also partnering with Womanium for the mentoring during the Global Summer Program. So those of you who have attended the Womanium program have for sure heard about CQTech, as we have been cited many times within the program. We have got a couple of mentorship sessions, and we are very proud being the only African and Arab entity and research group to appear as partner within this very huge quantum program. More than 2,000 participants, I think, this year, and we were the only Algerian and African and Arab entity to appear alongside those giant quantum giants as IBM, Google, Quantinuum, NASA, quantum atom computing, etc. The CQTech team is now composed of 2 permanent researchers, 4 very active PhD students, and 3 interns and 1 external collaborator. And we are actively working on extending our team by recruiting high-level researchers to help us get more deeper into the different aspects of the quantum technologies we are interested in, but also to extend our activities to new horizon and work with to allow us work with new partners. Thank you very much. At the end, these are our refs. So our website, cqtech.org, our LinkedIn page, and also our YouTube channel that we are, progressively growing, and don't hesitate to get in touch with us either on the CQTech official mail list or mailing address, or mine, or also to get in touch with any of the group members. We would be very happy to get you into this very promising field. But also we are actively looking for very promising and very motivated people to grow up our research group. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Professor, for the very interesting talk. Donc الوقت الآن الأسئلة. اللي عنده سؤال جست يطلع يده وشوف. اللي عنده سؤال he can raise his hand. Okay, أنا عندي couple of questions. Donc I know that from I'll ask my question then go back. I know at least from Europe that Europe is putting a lot of money in the quantum information research, and now I kind of understood that the African Union is also aware of this, the importance of this domain. Is it really are there like putting a lot of money to develop this domain in Africa, or just it's exactly like the other fields, or I don't know. Maybe you can elaborate a bit.
For the Arise initiative is an initiative that as I understood, the African Union have negotiated with the European Union, but the money comes from the European Union. So it's not the African Union who is putting money for now. I have discussed with some officials from the African Union at our meeting for the Arise grant, and they are saying that they are trying to convince African countries to put money for research in general within Africa. But as for for all other things, convincing people to put money is not easy. So the Arise initiative and Arise grant is not only for quantum; it's for all research or science domains, science and engineering domains, and that's what makes it very challenging, because you are not competing only with people working on quantum, but rather competing with people with very with very successful people from different fields of science and engineering. So we have been, I think we are 2 people working on quantum who got the grant. So only 2 grants have been awarded to quantum technologies. And yeah, the money for the rise, at least for this first initiative, for this first version, comes completely from Europe.
Okay. إدريس كان كيستيون. إدريس.
صحيت بروفيسور على بريزونطاسيون. عندي بالك كيستيون ولا ديتاي إذا تبغي تفصل فيه، إذا تفضل. لا ولا المهم، اسكو كانوا كاينين عوائق إدارية من الكوتي تاع الجزائر كي ابليكيتو للجرانت، سيرتو بروبليم تاع كيفاش تدرسوا في الدراهم، كيفاش تصرفهم الى اخره، مع عفسه جايه لا سورس تاعها من برا.
يب. وش رايك ادريس؟
بون
نصف الجواب راه
السؤال. انا عارف بلي سي كومبليكي. مام المره الاولى كنت لقيت مع ناصر وقال لي بلي عندنا جرانت، شغل كنت مشوكي شويه باسكو
يا ماهيش سهله. it's not easy at all. باه يكون باه تقدر even to apply، باه تقدر على الاقل دير الابليكيشن تاعك. لازم the first step is to get لازم demander l'autorisation من ديبارتمنت ولا الفيس ريكتورا تاع لي ريلاسيون اكستيريور، لانه باه دير ابليكيشن في جرانت ولا even for you بعدا for conferences ولا for small grants you need to have this permission. لانه الجزائر عندها some due to our external policy we don't accept money from everyone. So the first step هي اولا انه تكونتاكتي لي ريلاسيون اكستيريور تاع اليونيفرسيتي تاعك، وانه لي ريلاسيون اكستيريور get in touch with the ministry و دي جي ار اس دي تي باه يكونفيرميو انه عندك الحق انت كباحث جزائري انك تتعامل مع هذه الانتيتي اللي راح تمد لك الجرانت. في الحالة هذه it was the European Union and the grant is the money is given by the European Union and it's implemented by the African Academy of Science. African Academy of Science c'est une entité اللي basée في الكينيا، مكونينها researchers and scientists and program managers and financial managers etc. and المهمة تاعها هي انها تجيري هذا النوع من الجرانتس. دونك الفاندين الماني جاي من European Union. European Union يمدوا الافريكان اكاديمي اوف ساينس، والافريكان اكاديمي اوف ساينس هي اللي تمد، هي اللي دير لي فيرسمون تاع الدراهم تاع الجرانت اليونيفرسيتي. So the process is okay. Donc دينا l'autorisation to apply for this and then the application in itself took a lot of time and after that once we got the grant the other step which is the step which is required قبل ما تبدا الجرانت تاعك هي انه دير une certification at least for the rise GFGP General Fund and Grant Process something like that, which is a certification اللي فيها plusieurs questions على plusieurs aspects تاع الجرانت اللي تبين من خلالها هل اليونيفرسيتي تاعك قادره انها تجيري هذا الجرانت ولا لا. It was very studious work because the process were among I don't know even I think more than 100 questions and it took me more than 3 months to answer to all those questions and the questions were about the different process and the different procedures for Algerian University and specifically Constantine University to deal with that grant. And yeah, hopefully University of Constantine عندها تقاليد مع European grants, so it was not the first time that we got that grant, but still just that certification process took a lot of time and a lot of energy. We have been able to successfully go through this too. And now University of Constantine is the only university in the whole country certified with this GFGP certification and certified to be able and eligible to receive such a grant. So that was a big and huge step. And after that, yeah, of course, كاين بزاف عوائق، كاين بزاف مشاكل، لأنه الجرانت is a very special one, a huge one. كما قلت اليونيفرسيتي عندها تقاليد أنها تتعامل مع اليوروبيان يونيون for some grants, but it's not as huge as this one and not as specific as this one. So yeah, for now it's not easy. We are learning, and the people who are working with us from the university side are learning too. But yeah, we have been prepared to that, and we are dealing with that, and we need to deal with that. So بكل نعرفوا الجزائر، وبكل على بالنا باللي العوائق راح يكونوا كسوسوا، ما يكون لكش عوائق الا لكن ما خدمتش. As soon as you want to work, for sure راح تتلقى عوائق، والعوائق هذه رانا قاعدين نخدموا عليها pour essayer de les dépasser. Donc اما ما تخدمش، اما تقبل انه يكونوا هذه العوائق في طريقك، وتقبل انه تبذل جهد وتمد من وقتك وتمد من طاقتك اللي باه تحاول تحل المشاكل هذو وتحل العراقيل هذو. Especially when there is new kind of grant with new procedures, with new فيه a lot of specification هذا grant. Okay, it was expected. We are facing challenges, but we are doing our best to go through. لأن مصرين على أننا نافونسيو في المشاريع تاعنا هذو، في البروجيكت هذا تاعنا. We are very ambitious. We have very ambitious objectives, very ambitious perspectives, and yeah, we are مصرين على أننا نوجد حلول لكل هذه العوائق بربي إن شاء الله.
إن شاء الله إن شاء الله. كاين الكريد. تقدر تهضر، ماناش نسمعو فيك صاحبي.
Sorry.
الكريد عنده كيستيون مي ماناش نسمع. كاين بروبليم في الصون. اذا تقدر تكتب لا كيستيون تاعك اكتبها. كاين اسماء تاني، اسماء عندها كيستيون.
Can you just introduce yourself very quickly when you ask your questions, at least على بالي وشو الباك تاعكم. Idris, I think I got him, if it's the same who participated to Manium.
السلام عليكم. اسماء قاعد كونس 3 يا سي اش بي بابزوع. السؤال تاعي هو اسكو نقدروا نشاركوا كومسي انا مازالني في لا ليسونس، اسكو نقدر نشارك في لي تشالنج؟ انا بالي ما يكونش بالمستوى تاعكم، صح المستوى تاعنا لي تشالنج تاع كوانتوم. هذا هو السؤال.
Of course قدري. and l'avantage من الكوانتوم تكنولوجيز هو انه لا تكنولوجي في الوقت الحالي راهي في بدايتها، في بدايه تطورها. دونك رانا الان في الكوانتوم تكنولوجيز رانا more or less in the same era كيما اللي راه كيما التطور تاع لوتي انفورماتيك في لي زاني 30 لي زاني 40 حتى لي زاني 50. دونك اتس ذا فيري بيجينين. وكي تعود ان تكنولوجي هكا في بدايتها، not only it's affordable. دونك تقدري تفهمي اون كيك سورت، لانه الامور ماهيش متطوره الى درجه انها تعود غير مفهومه بتاتا. ولكن also the other advantage is that there is a lot of effort from big companies and big universities to introduce people to this field. Donc الآن كاين نقص كبير في اليد العاملة في الكوانتم تكنولوجيز، ونقص كبير في الماتيير غريز في الكوانتم تكنولوجيز. دونك كاين بزاف يونيفرسيتيز اند بزاف كومبانيز هو ار تراين هما حابين يفورميو لي جون. دونك لي فورماسيون لي ليكتورز كورسز اند هاكاثون كاينين بكثره. il suffit de suivre les réseaux sociaux, il suffit de s'abonner les pages des companies who are working in quantum, de s'abonner les pages des universities who are proposing quantum courses, ou la روحي les plateformes les cours en ligne. There is a lot of courses, and yeah, you can. Hackathons are generally open to all levels. عليك وعلى شطارتك. And also the Q is proposing a lot of class and lot of courses. كما الكلاس هذه اللي راح نبداوها في سبتمبر. It's going to be from September to May, and it's even open to high school students. So there is high school students who are now participating to courses, participating to hackathons, and even do research on quantum. So yeah, as bachelor, you have all your chances.
كاين عنده اوكي
هادو يدخلوا لي قلت هذا هكذا.
ما سمعناكش مليح، عاودي برك.
قلت لنا بلي كاين هاد الهاكاثون ميم بور هاي سكول. اسكو تقدر تمد لنا هاد اللين ندخلوا
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if you want to try it now, I will share it. Stop it.
اللين راهو في الشات ديجا.
Parfait. I was expecting this. Thanks, guys. But it's not a hackathon. It's a class. It's a course with different parts and different levels of and different aspects of quantum information and quantum computing. And it's not a hackathon. A hackathon, it's challenge. هي مسابقة وين كاين une compagnie ou une université اللي elle propose un sujet, elle propose un problème, والناس يدخلوا المسابقة ويحاولوا يبروبوزيو une solution لهذاك البروبليم. هذا هو un hackathon. and الفائدة تاع هذيك اليونيفرسيتي ولا تاع هذيك الكومباني هو انها تلقى حل المشكل تاعها، والفائده تاع البارتيسيبانت هو انهم يتعودوا انهم يخدموا على مشاكل حقيقيه، وانهم اولسو يكومباريو المستوى تاعهم مع المستوى العالمي ولا المستوى تاع الناس الاخرين. بات هذه اللي هدرت عليها كيو كلاس is not a hackathon but rather a class, a course, a long duration course. والفائده تاعها ولا l'avantage تاعها it's scratched, so dilué على 9 شهور. دونك ماهيش حاجه اللي راح تاخذ لكم الكثير من الوقت. دونك تقدري تقرايها اون باراليل مع قرايتك. راح تاخذ لك 2 3 heures 4 heures par semaine en gros، وفيها دي سيرتيفيكا على fin. And it span a lot of aspects of quantum, so it's something that I encourage all people who are interested in quantum to go for.
اوكي كاين عمر ثاني. عمر عندك كيس.
السلام عليكم، يعطيك الصحة على بريزونطاسيون. أنا عمر نقرا ماستر كيو باريس ساكلي. مي هضرت على لو بوين تاع راكم حابين ديروا اون اكسبيريونس على كولد اتومز. بون مادام تقدر تمد شويه لي ديتاي كونسيرنون لو بوين تاع بون لي لابو اللي راني شفتهم كانوا دي لابو فيهم ايكيب كبيره وبزاف دي بارتي اللي كل بارتي تخدم بلا بارتي وحده اخرى. دونك بون ايماجيني بلي غادي يكونوا لي بروبليم كيما اللي هضر عليهم ادريس تاع لامبور تاع باغ اكزومبل لازار لي شومبر فيد وكذا. مي كاينت دي بروبليم واحد اخرين تاع الايكيب تاع لي تكنيسيان الريباراسيون تاع الماتيريال مين يخسر. دونك اسكو تقدر تمد شويه بليس دو ديتاي على هادو لي بوين باش نبني سورتو حاجه كيما كولد اتومز اللي افونسي بزاف.
Justement, على هذيك اللي في لا بريزونطاسيون I said it's dream. And the main idea was to create or to establish a small cold atom experiment in order to first train people on it, but also to be able to upgrade to the experiment to the level where we will be able to simulate quantum system. Donc كما كنت تقول عمر cold atom experiment هي حاجة اللي تحتاج الكثير من الأشياء. ما تحتاج فقط التولز تاع الاكسبيرمنت in itself, ما تحتاج الاكسبرتايز. الهدف سيتي اننا جوستومون نون سولمون نكريو الاكسبيرمنت مي كذلك نكريو الاكسبرتايز، لانه en Algérie في الجزائر en général there is theoretical work especially in physics and parce que في la physique l'expérience تحتاج beaucoup de matériel وتحتاج beaucoup d'argent. Mais le problème n'est pas uniquement tenu في le matériel, le problème tenu la ressource humaine. Donc le but c'était de former des gens qui peuvent manipuler ce matériel, mais aussi qu'on achète du matériel qui pourra être la base d'une plus grande expérience à l'avenir من un autre grant. Mais le problème tenu qui m'a dit, c'est que حتى إذا عندك الماتيريال وإلا عندك les human resources who are going to work on that material, تحتاج un environnement autour. تحتاج tout un environnement autour. L'environnement autour هو l'environnement اللي راح يعاونك باه تمبورتي الماتيريال، باه تنستالي الماتيريال، mais aussi for the maintenance كما قلت. قادر يخسر لك يفزد لك ان لازير وتحكم فيه 6 mois ولا 1 an غير باه تريباريه اذا كان هاو ميد. دونك وهذه تحتاج une très grande expertise وتحتاج une grande flexibilité aussi. Donc لا كان تحكم عام ولا عامين باه تمبورتي الماتريال ومن بعد اشاك فوا تخسر لك اون لاد ولا اشاك فوا يخسر لك حاجه ان كومبوزون تاع ان لازير تزيد تحكم عام ولا عامين باه تمبورتي الكومبوزون هذاك. You are not going to have very impactful research work. Donc l'idée c'était d'essayer d'introduire d'autres gens. Il y a des gens qui travaillent sur les lasers en Algérie, qui m'ont fait CDTA, etc. We have got some information, we have spoke to some people, and for now, I think it's not enough to launch a whole research experiment and serious experiment on that. Donc, for now, we are at the beginning of the project, and we are عندنا بزاف عراقيل اللي رانا نحاولوا نحلوهم غير des trucs de base, donc des équipements de base. donc مازال ما وصلناش للمستوى اننا نحاولوا نمبورتيو des équipements اللي قادرين يعاونونا في الاكسبيرمنت، ومازال ما وصلناش للمستوى وين اننا نحلموا اننا تكون عندنا une expérience de cette envergure. Donc l'idée c'était d'envoyer des gens pour des formations, d'importer du matériel et d'établir une expérience qui sera, one of the first of its kind in Algeria, for sure, but also, I think, even in Africa. I think because the problem in Africa is that there is not clear information. People who are doing research don't care about giving enough information about their research. What I know is that even in South Africa, they don't have too much experiment on cold atoms. There was people from Tunis اللي حاولوا يديروا une expérience pour établir atomic clock, mais ça n'a pas marché aussi. Donc yeah, having such experiments needs a lot of resources, not only from material side, but also from environment side and the human side. And for now, on our scale, هاد les ressources ou هاد l'environnement n'est pas encore là pour lancer l'expériment. Donc that's why it's still a dream for us, and that's why we are trying to progress as much as possible on other quantum aspects and other quantum technologies, hoping that during the duration of this grant we will have the opportunity to go through this experimental work.
Okay. Thanks. نزيدوا 3 لي كيستيون باسكو الوقت والحبس. دونك أسماء مسلولي. أسماء مسلولي إذا كي تهضري ماش نسمعوك. كاش دونك لي موراها سلطاني. دونك كتب لا كيستيون ديالو، قال only physicists and are accepted to do internships in QCTech, or it's open for all the majors. He's third bachelor civil engineer data and engineer electric. Like, what are the requirements in general to get guidance to finish the work?
Sorry, Usama, it have been cut. Can you repeat the question, please?
قال لك ask only physicists can be accepted to the internships in QCTech, ولا it's open for all the majors, and what are the requirements in general to get guidance to finish the work. هذا اللي سقسا troisième année second cycle ingénieur d'état en génie électrique.
Good question. Because quantum quantum technology is very multidisciplinary field. For now, we are mostly fully theoretical physicists, and more or less all from University of Constantine. We are starting to get interns from different fields. So we need people from الناس اللي مدايره انفورماتيك، الناس اللي راهي تقرا في الانتيليجنس ارتيفيسيال، الناس اللي راهي مدايره الكترونيك انجينيرينغ. we don't have any requirement for one specific field. Our requirement are on motivation, commitment, high level of commitment, very high motivation, very high level on your own field. If you are very good in electronics, then we will for sure need you, but also very hard working and very serious people, because we are doing rather very high level work, and we aim to at least remain on that high level, and also to go farther within our ambitions and our perspectives. We are working with very famous partners, mostly from US. We don't have room to manage اللعبة هكاك صح. If you are very serious, if you want to have a career in quantum, if you are serious about that, then we will be very happy to have you within us, and we will help you within your journey. But only if you are very serious on that, and you are ready to commit and ready to work very, very hard, because all the people within CQTech, from myself to the members, to the collaborators, to the interns, are working very, very hard.
اسمع نورمالمون اسماء مسلولي مازال. بون شكون عنده كيسيون اخرى؟
Asma is muted also, I think, so you can maybe try to unmute her.
Okay, I will try. لازم أسماء هي اللي تاكتيفي الميكرو. سينون كتبي لا كيستيون ديالك إذا ممكن.
نقدر ندخلو للشات.
كيفاش قلت لي؟ اوكي دونك ادريس على بالي عندك كيستيون، دونك اون اتوندو اسماء تكتب با كيستيون تاعها، وادريس نكملو با كيستيون ديالك ونوقفو باسكو في هاد الحال. دونك ادريس تفضل.
بون نعرف بروحي باسكو بون ادريس قوادري بوجلطيه، ماستر فيزيك تيوريك في باب الزوار، ودروك راني ندير بي اتش دي في ماشين ليرنينغ وديتا ساينس. وبون عندي غير شويه ايدي على كوانتم كومبيوتينغ، ماشي عارفه بزاف. بغيت نسقسي كيسيون بلي جينيريك ماشي متعلقه بكوانتم كومبيوتينغ، ولا واشنو هو الكونساي اللي تمدوا للبنادم راهو يدير في الدكتوراه؟ كونساي جينيرال، ماشي شرط يكون متعلقه بالبيبليكاسيون ولا بالخدمه، ولا ذا بيجر بيكتشر كإنسان اللي دار الدكتوراه تاعو دارها في انفيرونمون ناسيونال وانترناسيونال، ودروك راهو عنده جروب، عنده ريسيرش جروب تاعو.
Yeah, that's not an easy question to answer. Okay, سؤال صعيب، ولكن إذا كان عندي نصيحة، ولا أول نصيحة اللي نقدر نديها لك هي، ولا نديها للجميع، ونديها even student تاعي كسوا اللي يقراو عندي ولا اللي يخدموا معايا في research group: don't waste time. It's the very first thing to deal with, and the very first thing to oblige yourself to commit. Don't waste time. And if you oblige yourself، لكن تحتم على روحك ولكن تولف روحك ما تودرش وقتك، you will get the other thing coming through. But لكن ما زلت تودر وقتك، even if you are good, even if you are smart, even if you are working within a good environment, even if your supervisor is great, even if your subject is extraordinary، لكن تودر وقتك ماكش راح دير بيتش دي اللي راح تكون فخور بها كيكسو. Don't waste time. This is the first thing. So try to حاول تولف نفسك انك تنظم وقتك، تحط وقتك في الامور المهمه، تحاول تنحي لك الامور اللي اقل اهميه، وتوزع وقتك على حسب اهميه الامور. So you can put things and or like تقدر تفرق ما بين الامور اللي هي urgent وما بين الامور اللي هي important. And you can have four kind of things. So you can have things that are not urgent and not important, things that are not urgent but important, things that are urgent but not important, and things which are urgent and important. And from this تقدر تنظم أمورك. And the الأمور اللي لازم تبدأ بها هي الأمور اللي important، ماشي الأمور اللي urgent. لأنه الأمور اللي urgent هي generally urgent لأنه عندك deadline، ولا كان عندك deadline it's generally because it's important for the others. But the things that are important for you are the things which are هما الأمور اللي مهمة ليك كساينتست كريسيرشر بتافونسي، كو سوا تافونسي كساينتست ان جنرال ولا تافونسي في البي اتش دي ستودنت تاعك في البي اتش دي تيزيس تاعك. So put the things which are important، ليستيهم، and then list the things which are important and urgent. دونك ما تخليش وقتك، ما تخليش الامور اللي urgent تاكل لك الوقت تاع الامور اللي important. لانه generally كسوا في لا ريشيرش ولا في لا جي ان جينيرال ولا في البي اتش دي، تلقى روحك قاعد تخدم على الامور اللي هي urgent وتنسى الامور اللي هي important. تركز على الامور اللي urgent لانه كاين ديدلاينز اللي لازم ما تفوتهمش، لانه سوبرفايزر تاعك ولا اذا كان راك في هاكاثون ولا في كورس اتسيتيرا تحاول تلحق هذيك الديدلاين. وجينيرالي تلقى روحك بلي راك دائما قاعد تجري وراء امور اللي هما urgent but not necessarily important. Donc try to list the things which are important ومد لهم الوقت اللازم and avoid losing yourself within things that are urgent but not important. وكذلك avoid lose your time على أمور اللي هي not important and not even urgent. Donc don't waste time. There is lots of things that you can do, but the most important thing is don't waste time.
يعطيك الصحة بروفيسور. دونك أسمع نورمالمون مازالها حابة تسوى كيستيون.
السلام عليكم.
اوكي السلام، ما نسمع فيك مليح. طلعي صوتك.
عليكم.
تفضلي.
I have a master degree in quantum information from الISTHB باب الزوار. Hello.
أنا نسمع فيك.
La formation master n'est qu'une introduction dans le domaine de quantum information. My question is, what are the skills/knowledge that we must have in order to have a career in quantum information?
So if لو كان عندك ماستر quantum information ببزوار, that means that عندك déjà the requirement to have your career in quantum information. So generally the requirement as basics of linear algebra and basics of physics. With basics on linear algebra and basics of physics تقدري تبداي déjà, وكاين دي programmes اللي they require nothing more than some linear algebra. Then to have a career, to have a whole career, then yeah, you need to be strong on linear algebra, and also it depends on what kind of career you want to have in quantum. Quantum technologies are very interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary technologies and field. Donc قادر يكون عندك بزاف لي رول وبزاف لي كارير بوسيبل في الكوانتم. دونك سا ديبون. اذا كان حابه ديري د لا ريشيرش فوندامونتال لازم تكوني مليحه في لا فيزيك كي هي بيهايند ذا كوانتم. اذا كان حابه ديري لي جون اللي حابين يديروا الكوانتم ماشين ليرنينغ لازم يكونوا ملاح في الماشين ليرنينغ. لي جون اللي حابين يديروا اوبتيمايزيشن for operation research لازم يكون عندهم une bonne base في operation research. لي جون اللي حابين يديروا الكوانتم algorithms and quantum simulation لازم تكون عندهم in addition to mathematics also une bonne base في la physique, physique quantique, physique atomique, physique statistique aussi, لأنه تحتاج هذا le genre de physique إذا كنت تحب دير de la recherche approfondie في tout ce qui est quantum algorithms for simulation of quantum chemistry and material science. Donc تحتاج هذا la base ou des connaissances de base et parfois même des connaissances approfondies, tout ce qui est mécanique quantique, physique atomique et physique statistique. Donc ça dépend. Oui.
outside academia نقصد مثلا tech companies ولا مثلا مؤخرا شفت BMW عندهم computer laboratory اسمه quantum computing laboratory ومن ذاك يحطوا positions في هذا laboratory. What are the qualifications that I must have in order to have access to such positions?
To have position في الindustry it's complete different mindset. العقلية زي آخر. العقلية n'est pas la même. العقلية في لا ريشيرش ولا في الأكاديميا هو أنك عندك ان بروجي ولا عندك اون ايدي اللي راح تخدم عليها وتبروغريسي فيها ولو بوت تاعك هو أنك تلحق ان ريزولتا بارابور ليدي تاعك هذيك ولا تبروغريسي واش تعرف على ليدي هذيك. باغ كونطخ في الاندستري اتس كومبليت ديفرنت مايند سيت لانه في الاندستري الايم ولا التركيز هو على انه تلقى حل لمشكله. تلقى حل لمشكل والحل هذاك لازم يكون لمشكل معين وكذلك في مده زمنيه معينه. ماهوش راح يعطيك 5 سنين باه تلقى حل لمشكل لانه ولا هذه اللي لازم يكون complete different mindset. Donc it's very different from academia, but quantum is still quantum, so you will need the same competences, but also you will need to be able to work on problem solving. لأنه a lot of people اللي قادرين يخدموا في la recherche يقدر يافونسي in exploring ideas, but he is not good in finding solutions to ideas. دونك الشيء اللي تعلمتوه الشيء اللي قريتوه في الماستر تاعكم جينيرالمون هو انه كاينه اون انفورماسيون اللي كاين ان انسينيون اللي راح يديفلوبي هاك. مي وهذا هو البروبليم اوسي ان دي بروبليم تاع لو سيستيم éducatif اللي قاعدين نتبعوا فيه سي كو لونسينيومون لا فاصون تاعنا افيك لاكيل اون انسيني ما يعلمكش يحل المشاكل، ما يعلمكش تحل المشكله. وهذا هو الشيء اللي اون برينسيپ تعلموه في الماستر ديسيرتيشن تاعكم ولا في البي اتش دي. تكون عندك مشكله معينه وتحاول تلقى حل المشكله هذيك. وسي سا the main competence to have to work in industry is problem solving. You need to be able to adapt yourself to a problem اللي ما قريتش عليه من قبل حاجه اللي ما تلاقيتهاش من قبل، un nouveau problème. لانه les problèmes هادو اللي تريتيوهم في الاندستري هما des problèmes qui sont proposés par des customers, par des clients. Donc يجي un client عنده un problème, il propose le problème وانت t'es supposé تلقى له حل المشكل تاعو في مده زمنيه معينه. Donc the main competence is to be able تكون عندك هذيك لا كاباسيتي انك تواجه المشاكل الجديده حتى ولو كان ما كنتش تعرفهم من قبل، وانك تادابت المشاكل هذوك تبع الباك جراوند تاعك، وانك تحاول تلقى حل للمشكله هذيك. دونك اتس نوت كيما في اكاديميا وين تحاول تلقى une solution, une équation ou une nouvelle façon d'écrire quelque chose ou une nouvelle façon de calculer quelque chose. Là, c'est plus un problème qui est proposé par un client. ماشي حاجه اللي انت راح ديرها، مي حاجه اللي راح ديرها تبعا لي بروبوزيسيون وتبعا لي ريكوايرمنت تاع الكليون. ماشي حاجه اللي ديرها كيما تحب انت، راح ديرها تبعا سكي دوموندي بار لو كليون. وكذلك il y a une très grande pression في لو طون. سي با دو تو اتس نوت ذا سيم تايم سكيل. دونك في لا ريشيرش تقدر تاخذ 3 سنين وانت دير في بي اتش دي، مي في الاندستري ما تقدرش تاخذ 3 سنين باه تلقى حل لمشكله، لانه الكاستمر تاعك الا كان ما لقيتلوش حل راح يروح للكونكورنت باه يلقى له حل. دونك it's complete different mindset.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
دونك قعدت معليش نزيدو ان كيستيون راهي في الشات ونحبسو باسكو فريمون في هذا الحال. دونك لا كيستيون سوريا سقسات قال does the field of quantum is going to overcome the field of high performance computing?
Yeah, this is هذه الفكرة الشائعة en quelque sorte. وهذه الفكرة اللي maybe we need to clarify at every presentation or at every talk about quantum. Quantum computing and quantum technologies in general are not expected. ما همش راح يرمبلاسيو all the classical stuff that we have. This is not the aim. الهدف هو ماشي أننا نرمبلاسيو un ordinateur classique par un ordinateur quantique. الهدف ماهوش أننا on remplace une technologie qui est bien établie classiquement par une technologie جديدة, etc. The high performance computing are now very efficient. Donc وصلنا une efficacité في high performance computing, une efficacité même في اللابتوبس تاعنا même في les ordinateurs تاعنا. The classical chips are now very efficient. Ils ont une très grande efficacité, ils ont un très bas taux d'erreur, etc. Donc c'est très efficace. Donc le but n'est pas de les remplacer, mais le but c'est d'avoir une technologie complémentaire, une technologie qui va apporter de nouvelles choses, li ma كانش في high computing. Par exemple, il y a des domaines où quantum computer will not overcome high performance computing on speed. Donc il y a des problèmes où إذا كان تحل المشكل تاعك using HPC راح تاخذ وقت أقل من أن كنت تستعمل quantum computer. But the quantum computer may give a better accuracy. Donc كاين أمور when the classical computers, the HPC, are better than quantum computers. كاين the type of problems where the HPC are faster than the quantum computers, may the quantum computers يعطينا better accuracy. And there is again, quantum computers are not expected to replace classical computers and are not expected to overcome HPC in all the domains. It depends on the domain. So there is some problems اللي هما كيما في quantum chemistry هما related to quantum mechanics and quantum and atomic physics. La façon اللي رانا نتريتيو بها les problèmes les théories actuelles فيهم بزاف les approximations, ou à cause des approximations هذوك on n'arrive pas à traiter les problèmes avec suffisamment d'accuracy, suffisamment de précision. Donc le problème حتى ولو كانت traité في un HPC, mais la théorie qui est derrière le problème n'est pas précise. Donc le problème n'est pas la précision de HPC ou la performance de HPC. Le problème dans ce cas, c'est la théorie qui a été utilisée pour traiter le problème physique. Donc quantum simulation, for example, will allow to use quantum to have better accuracy than classical. And again, quantum is not only for computing. So there is also quantum sensing, there is quantum cryptography, quantum communication in general, quantum simulation, quantum algorithmics, and all those things are not expected to replace classical technologies, but rather to complement them and either give a larger spectrum or larger capacity of computing, or give faster computing, or give more accurate computing. Donc ماشي في كل الأحيان ولكل المشاكل the quantum computer is going to be or to overcome the high performance computing. There is some problems that now the HPCs are better to solve those kind of problems than quantum computers, and there is even some problems that many experts are saying that whatever will be the advances that we will make on quantum computer, يبقى HPCs better than quantum computer for this kind of problems. So quantum computers and quantum technologies are not here to kill the classical computers and the high performance computing, but rather to complement it. And this is why we also need people who are doing computer science. نحتاج الناس اللي نديروا الانفورماتيك، نحتاج الناس اللي يفهموا على الانتليجنس ارتفيسيال، لانه quantum is also expected to have a big impact in complementing AI and not replacing AI also. Okay, and this is what we are trying to do also within our team, to open our horizon to others, to people with our background. Justement, بيعاونونا أننا we better tackle those kind of problems. Because yeah, it's not only about physics and it's not only about quantum replacing classical, but rather on how can we progress on quantum in order to make those classical technologies give better results.
يعطيك الصحة بروفيسور طه على كامل هذه المعلومات.
اسمح لي أسامة برك I might add a thing here before you close the discussion.
Okay.
باسكو من الناس بداو يخرجوا. I just put my email in the chat. If you're interested, we have a Discord server named Quantum Algerians, where it has all of the basically more or less approximately the biggest stack of Algerians in doing quantum technologies for either here or abroad. If you would like to join this community to interact on a daily basis with Professor Taha Rouabah and every Algerian in the quantum technologies business, send me an email at that email with like your name and your background, and okay, it's just to get to know you. There is no selection process or something, and what interests you in quantum, and I'll send you an invitation to that Discord. Thank you, Usama. Sorry for cutting it.
معليش، يعطيك الصحة موحى. دونك كما قلت يعطيك الصحة بروفيسور على كامل هذه المعلومات. راح نبعثوا ايميل اللي نمدوا فيه كامل كاع واش راهو دوكا في الشات، راح نحطوه في ايميل نبعثوه للايميل اللي ستانا. اسمح لنا ايوب بزاف، كاين الايميل تقدر تبعث فيه لي كيستيون ديالك، راهو فريمون الوقت بزاف راح الحال. دونك يعطيك الصحة بروفيسور.
It's my pleasure. يعطيكم الصحة pour l'initiative، يعطيكم الصحة pour tout le grand travail اللي راكم نديروا فيه. على بالي بلي لازمها بزاف وقت وبزاف جهد باش دير حاجة كيما هذه. I've been there, I went through there. So يعطيكم الصحة، ورانا on vous encourage و on vous suit. شكرا جزيلا لكم ولكل الناس اللي شاركوا في الانيشيتيف تاعكم. كما قال مهيمن، the Discord server Quantum Algerian is open to جميع الناس اللي sont intéressés الquantum. Okay, they can join. There is some resources there, and yeah, there is some discussion, very interesting discussion there. They may have announcement about different kind of events, etc., etc. شكرا جزيلا أسامة, and good luck for all your activities and next activities too. Thanks.
ثانكس. دونك يعطيكم الصحة كامل اللي حضرتوا معنا، نتلاقاو المرة الجاية إن شاء الله. السلام عليكم.
السلام عليكم.